All right, I caved. I bought the new collection from Chanel, the Golden Hour collection. And I was at Nordstrom and I saw it there and I swatched it. It was like, these are kind of pretty. So yeah, I caved and went ahead and bought several items from this collection. And it's the new Beige Golden Hour collection, and it's inspired by that time of the day when the sun is setting and it has that golden hue to it. So how Chanel describes it, this collection awakens the complexion with an unbridled glow, evocative of a soft summer light. And I have to tell you, when I completed this look, I can see it. And spoiler, I like the collection. So I'm kind of glad I caved when I saw it at Nordstrom. So let me go ahead and show you what's in this collection. There's a new eyeshadow palette in golden. I don't know if this one's limited edition. I'm assuming it's going to be part of the permanent line. There are two healthy golden glow powders, one in Soleil Couchant and another one in Clotte du Soir. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I only got one of them. I got Soleil Couchant, but while I was at the store, I was able to film the swatches of the other one, Clotte du Soir. It is very pretty. Love that pink shade, but I went with the more kind of like the orangey glow shade. And I think those two healthy golden powders, those are limited edition. There are two new Healthy Glow Sheer Contour Sticks, Reset and Refresh, and I did pick up both of those, and 4 new Coco Flash. You have Sun Bliss, Sunset, Sun Kiss, and the only one that I picked up was Late Sun. So let's start with the eyeshadow palette. Again, this is the Beige collection with the beige cover. And I always like to show the back. This is what it looks like. And this is very typical Chanel. When you open it up, there is a mirror with 2 brushes. And here is what golden looks like with 5 shades. And this one does cost $75. I know this orange shade is kind of intimidating, but when I did swatch it, it was kind of pretty. So let me go ahead and swatch the eyeshadow first before we move on. So here's the top shade. Oh, let me bring it in closer. There's one bad thing about it is that these pans are kind of small for my fat fingers. So let's go into that top shade. It's kind of like a light peach glittery shade, shimmer shade. Now this one is kind of glittery. When you do use your finger and kind of wipe it off, the glitter does come off and you can kind of see a little bit of the base. And I did use that shade in the inner corner and towards the middle. Now let me show you this orange shade. It's what I have in the outer corner. Yeah, look at that. That is a beautiful, kind of like a tangerine shade. Now this one is glittery, but not as glittery as the first one. There was some fallout with this shade, but not with this shade. Now let's go into this matte shade. Yeah, let me build it up because I can't put that much on my finger. Yeah, and this one's more like a pinky peach. And the deeper matte shade, and that's what I have in my crease for this look. All right, let's hope that's better. And I would say that this brown matte shade has a little bit of a rose tint to it. Not too peachy on my skin tone. And then the last shade here, this one's not as glittery as the other two. Let me just swatch that one more time again for you guys. And let me see if I can bring it down lower. Yeah. So here are the swatches of golden. You can kind of see that it's just different types of colors that you see in the sunset. That's how I see it. Now let's go into the Healthy Golden Glow Powder. It's usually called the Healthy Glow Powder. And then here's what the back looks like. Let me show you the pouch that the Healthy Golden Glow Powder comes in. It's limited edition, so it comes different. This is your typical pouch, the one that came with the eyeshadow quint. This one I usually kind of throw it away, but this one I think I'm gonna keep because I like that. Kind of reminds me of the Chanel Cruise collection. That's what it reminds me of. But let's take a look at this. It does come with a brush, which I don't use, and a cover that I do use. And then here is Soleil Couchant. And this is just beautiful. Again, the other one is a Clotte du Soir, and that one has more of a pink blush on this side and a kind of like a pinky highlighter on this side. And again, these are limited edition. So let me swatch the blush side, and I have to say this one I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. It's very pretty. I mean, look at that. That is just a beautiful shade for a blush. Let's go into the highlighter. Yeah, that's very pretty. When I saw it on my skin, yeah, I had to get this. And just for kicks, let me go ahead and use those two together and see what do we come up with. Just you know, a muted version of this. Now for the Healthy Glow Sheer Glow Sticks, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't say this was the Healthy Golden Glow, but I think these are not limited edition, so it's just part of their other contour shades that they have. Now from what I've seen, this is different than the other contour sticks that they have, and this is the first time I've tried it, so I can't really compare the others. I've heard that this is a little bit more pigmented. It's not as sheer, but there are two of them, and I did pick up both of them. And let's start with this one, Refresh. It does come in a stick form, as you can see, and these do cost $52. And let me just show you if you can see any glitter in there. There's just a touch of glitter. So let me just swatch you here over my wrist bone, always, it seems like. And just put a little bit here and blend that out so you can see. And that's a beautiful pink shade. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. I think it's very pretty. And the other one is Reset. This is more of a tangerine peachy shade. And I hope that you can see that there is some glitter in here, a little bit more than Refresh. Let me kind of bring Refresh into the mix here. So yeah, I think this one, Reset, just has a little bit more glitter to it. So yeah, this one, it does give you a healthy glow. It's not too tangerine or too orange on your cheeks. But I hope you can see that there is some glitter in there, a lot more than Refresh. And I only picked up one Coco Flash, and it does have the gold belt around it. And I picked up the deepest one, which is Late Sun. And I have to say, this one is very pretty. This one just has a bronze look to it. And these Coco Flashes cost $50 each. Formula is kind of like a balmy, very moisturizing on, but it doesn't last very long. I did apply this about maybe 20-30 minutes ago, and color did kind of come off, but you can still see it's moisturized. It has a little bit left on, but let me go ahead and reapply. But yeah, it doesn't last very long. You could already tell that the color was coming off, and when I reapplied it, that beautiful bronze shade is back. I just picked this one up because of the shade, because I love a good bronzy lip. So I did 2 looks with this eyeshadow palette because I figured using all 5 shades would just be too much. So I went ahead and do 2 looks with it. And with the first look, I only used one of the blush sticks and of course the Coco Flash. And with this look, I talked and kind of explained a little bit more. So let's go ahead and get into the first look, and I'll see you on the other side. From the stick gives you a little bit more pigmentation, and using the finger, it just kind of shears it out. But there is some glitter there, so it gives that shine, kind of like a highlight there. Wow. For this look, I want to use this orange shade. So let me go in with this matte shade first. I'm using the Wayne Goss number 16, and I already primed my lids with the Hourglass primer. And let's put you in the crease. Just in the crease. I want to try something here. And let me just bring it in. I'm not going to put it too much in the outer corner, just to kind of connect with that line in the crease. Not too much. Using the builder from Sonia G, let's go into this orangey tangerine shade, and let's place you in the outer corner. Oh, this one is kind of glittery. All right, that's not too overbearing here, but yeah, it is very glittery, but I don't see any fallout with it, so that's good. I'm going to use the other side of this brush, and let's go into this top shade. Make sure, yeah. And let's put you in the center all the way in. Just kind of fuse those 2 shades together. Again, this one is another glittery shade. But wow, those two blended in together looks really pretty. It kind of gave it a different color, kind of like a gradient effect here. Oh, that's pretty. But it is very glittery. It's not like smoothing or powdery or anything like that. It's just glitter. And I am seeing some fallout with that one. Now let me use the first brush with no product on it and just kind of blend that out. I'm going to be careful not to get it to the metallic shades because it is kind of glittery and I don't want to get that into my matte shade. Well, too late. For underneath my eyes, I'm going into that first shade. And just place that in the outer corner and connect and then bring it in. So here's the finished eye look, and I'll list everything down below that I used. And what do you think of the eye look? You know, I kind of like it. It does look like a sunset. With those two metallic shades mixed together, it does give like a gradient effect. You can see the orange, you can see the gold, and in the middle it kind of looks yellow. And I went ahead and used a black eyeliner. With brown, I think it was just a little bit too light. And yeah, I kind of like it. All right, let's get to the cheeks now. In the other look, I went ahead and used this shade Reset on both sides just to complete the look. But for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and use both shades, one on each cheek, and then I'll take it off and then I'll go in with the powder one. So this side, I'm gonna go in with this one, Refresh. Let me go ahead and show it to you again. So I don't have any bronzer on, I just powdered underneath my eyes. And let me go in with the brush first. No, I'm not going in with the brush first, with the stick first, and then go in with the brush. Go in with a denser brush instead of a fluffy brush just to kind of see how this one would work. Oh, that's a pretty pink shade. I am seeing a little bit of glitter. In the first look, I saw a lot of glitter with Reset, but let me go ahead and do it this way with the brush and then apply it on. Yeah, this one gives me a little bit more pigment. What do you think? All right, so you can see the color on this side. Now let me use Reset again. So let me do it the same way. Go in with the stick first. Yeah, this one's very glittery. Now this one, it's very light on my skin. It's not very tangerine-y, very orangey, but it does have a lot more sparkle to it. But it's a pretty shade. And it does look like that the sun is just hitting me at the right time, the golden hour. Now let me do it this way. Okay, yeah, I think going in with the stick first gives you a little bit more pigmentation. But yeah, here are the two shades that I have, Refresh and Reset. I don't know, I kind of like them both. Has two different looks, you know, you have a pink one and kind of like a peachy one. And you can see that it does give some luminosity there. This one, not so much, but Reset, yeah. All right, let me go ahead and take this one off and we'll go in with the powder. Back with a clean canvas and let's try this powder. I know I'm saying it wrong, Soleil Couchant. So let me go ahead and swatch these two. Just again for you guys since it was in the beginning of the video. Yeah, look at that. So let's go into this blush. Oh yeah. Oh, that's very pretty. It's not pink, it's not orange. Let me kind of go in on both sides and just concentrate more over here. Oh wow, that gives it an extra glow like that. All right, what do you think? Which side do you like better? By itself or mixed? I don't know, it can go either way. It depends on what you want. Now let's complete this side using just the highlighter side. Okay, it's very soft. It doesn't give you a line or anything like that. So yeah, I think you can wear it both ways if you want. But this one does have a little bit of a extra glow to it. This one's not bad either. I love the blush. It's very pretty. Now let me complete the look using the Coco Flash in Late Sun. All right, and here is the finished look. Wow, I kind of like it. Kind of glad I caved too. All right, so let's talk about the eyeshadow palette Golden. Yeah, it's very pretty. I know that this shade is kind of intimidating. If you place it at the right part of the lid instead of what I usually do in the middle towards the inner corner, I think placing it outside, it's not bad. And then using this top shade that's a little bit more golden, placing that in the inner corner and bringing that to the middle where I fused those two shades together, it turned it to a different color. It just looks like it's a gradient, like like the sunset. Now it is glittery. These two shades are glittery. And there's some fallout with this one. Didn't see it much with the tangerine one. Keep that in mind that it is glittery, and I'm seeing just a little bit of transfer to the upper part of my lid. And then this metallic shade, it's not glittery, it's kind of smoothing. Yeah, and this one was a pretty peach shade. And love how I just kind of placed it on top of the matte shades. And the matte shades are very pigmented. Do love the two different shades in here, yeah. Now for the blush sticks. Refresh. I love that pink shade. That is just very pretty. It's not too cool, it's not too warm, and it just kind of gives off a nice flushed look. Now I was a little worried with Reset because it is glittery, but whenever I put it on, it has that nice golden tone to it, or golden peach tone to it. Now these do wear quite a while. It didn't come off or melt off on me or anything like that. And this one does have a little bit more pigmentation than Reset. The pink one has a little bit more pigmentation than the orange one. And of course the orange one has a little bit more glitter than the pink one. But both are pretty shades. But honestly, the one I really do like better with the blushes that I have that I just got is this one, the powdered one. The Healthy Golden Glow Powder in Soleil Couchant. I hope I'm saying that right. This shade, I love it. It's such a beautiful shade, and the highlight's not bad either. I kind of wish I got the pink one now. Maybe I might cave later in the season, but so far I think I like this one. I love this one actually. It is a really pretty tone on my skin tone. It looks like, you know, I just came out of the sun all day and just have that golden hour look. And the highlighter is not very glittery. It is subtle. It doesn't give you that, you know, straight line when you first apply it on. It just gives you a nice little glow. And I don't mind it mixing it together with the blush as well. Now the Coco Flash in Late Sun, yeah, this is pretty. It's kind of like a bronzy lip. Now the Coco Flashes do not last long. It's kind of like a very moisturizing balm with some pigment to it. I mean, if I go outside and drink something or eat something, it'll just come off right away. But I do like this color. It does have a little bit of a shine to it as well. Yeah, I kind of like this look. So I'm kind of glad I caved and bought this collection when I was at Nordstrom, because I would have been missing out on this really pretty look. Well, all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video of me trying the new Golden Hour collection from Chanel. And if you liked and enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this, and you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.